How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the first half of the holiday sale that runs through January 7th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25K by the end of 2026, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $9.99, Rogue Legacy 2 is a genealogical roguelite where every child in your lineage is unique, with distinct traits and abilities, and your legacy defines your progress. Explore randomly generated kingdoms filled with new monsters, traps, and layouts, master 15 wildly different classes including Ranger, Dragonlancer, and Bard, uncover heirlooms that permanently enhance abilities, engage in Metroidvania-style exploration, collect relics that modify your runs, and adapt to ever-changing procedurally generated biomes. With a deep narrative, New Game Plus replayability, and fully customizable house rules, it delivers endless procedural chaos, strategic decision-making, and high-stakes, skill-based action. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Pixel Ripped 1978, an Atari adventure, is a VR game dev simulator and nostalgic action-adventure where you step into the role of an Atari programmer, diving inside classic games to stop a time-traveling villain from rewriting gaming history while reliving the creativity and chaos of the early video game industry. Blending first-person shooter puzzles, power-ups, and fully explorable real-world and in-game environments, it delivers lore-heavy storytelling packed with clever callbacks to legendary Atari titles like Asteroids, Tempest, Yar's Revenge, and Millipede. With a groovy 70s soundtrack, tons of Easter eggs, and playful VR interactions throughout, it's a vibrant love letter to retro gaming culture. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $9.99, The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is a VR survival horror adventure set in walker-infested New Orleans, where you fight, sneak, scavenge, and survive while unraveling a citywide mystery shaped by your choices and constantly weighing morality against desperation in a collapsing world. Explore a free-roaming city, craft makeshift weapons and tools from scrap, and use stealth or brute force to deal with both the living and the dead, with spatial audio making every sound a potential death sentence. With meaningful moral decisions, tense resource management, and deeply immersive VR combat, it delivers one of the most intense and player-driven experiences in the Walking Dead universe. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5.39, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown is a thrilling flight combat game that puts you in the cockpit as an ace pilot, soaring through photorealistic skies and engaging in heart-pounding dogfights against overwhelming enemy forces. Experience full 360-degree movement, dynamic weather, and environmental effects that challenge your piloting skills and add intense realism to every sortie, while completing cinematic missions, taking down enemy squadrons, and mastering advanced aircraft in a campaign that blends strategic planning with high-speed aerial action. With immersive visuals, realistic flight mechanics, and epic mid-air battles, Ace Combat 7 delivers the ultimate experience for fans of aerial combat. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights is a dark, atmospheric Metroidvania where you guide Lily, a young priestess who awakens alone in a cursed kingdom, drowned by a deadly rain that twists all living beings into the Blighted and spreads despair across the land. You'll explore eerie forests, collapsed caverns, and towering castles, while battling monstrous bosses, purifying their souls, and turning them into spectral allies who expand your combat options with powerful new abilities. With its haunting music, emotional storytelling, tight exploration, and impactful combat that blends elegance with grim intensity, it delivers a moody, beautifully crafted journey through a fallen world filled with secrets. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, is a beautifully remastered classic RPG that expands on the original Chrono Cross with upgraded HD 3D models, refined illustrations, enhanced music, and modern quality of life features that respect its original vision. Explore 2 intertwined parallel worlds, meet over 40 party members, and experience a richly layered story that spans dimensions while influencing the fate of the planet itself. This edition also includes the foundational game, Radical Dreamers Literasaur Interdite, and offers customizable combat options, auto battle, screen resolution settings, and a choice between pixel or HD fonts, making it both accessible and visually stunning. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Halls of Torment is a retro-styled horde survival action RPG that channels late 90s pre-rendered aesthetics as you choose a hero and descend into deadly underground arenas, packed with unholy warriors that constantly pressure your positioning, timing, and build decisions. Each run challenges you to survive escalating enemy waves, craft powerful builds through traits, abilities, and items, and adapt on the fly before facing one of the tormented lords, with deep meta progression, diverse characters, and countless synergies driving long-term mastery. With quick 30-minute runs, tons of unlocks, premium extras like Bard Core content, and brutal late-game challenges, it's an endlessly replayable power fantasy grind. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $7.49, The Last Clockwinder is a charming VR puzzle game where you use magical gloves to create clockwork clones of yourself, building elaborate contraptions, assembly lines, and inventive solutions to restore an ancient clock tower in a vibrant, living, and intricately detailed world. You'll plant and harvest resources, manipulate objects with precision, and orchestrate endlessly repeating loops of your clone's actions to solve increasingly complex puzzles while bringing life back to a mystical tree and the clock tower itself. With clever clone mechanics and endlessly inventive solutions, each puzzle offers a fresh challenge and satisfying sense of discovery. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $9.99, Bug Fables: The Everlasting Sapling is a colorful adventure RPG where you follow 3 heroes, V, Kabu, and Leaf, on a quest across Bulgaria to find the legendary Everlasting Sapling, said to grant immortality. You'll explore diverse environments, solve puzzles, and engage in turn-based battles using action commands to enhance attacks, block enemy moves, and coordinate team strategies, while uncovering secrets and completing side quests and optional bosses. Its charming hand-drawn art, vibrant world design, witty dialogue, immersive soundtrack, and upgraded features from Update 1.2, including new quests and bosses, create a delightful and replayable RPG experience. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $8.99, Vertigo 2 is a single-player VR adventure that drops you deep inside Quantum Reactor 7, where you battle bizarre alien life forms and deadly android security forces while trying to find a way home through shifting realities, filled with mystery, danger, and constant uncertainty. The game features huge, bespoke environments, dozens of unique enemies, and a full arsenal of VR weapons with custom reload mechanics, all designed specifically for immersive, high-intensity VR combat and exploration. With a substantial campaign, branching replay paths, fully voiced dialogue, intense boss fights, and an original soundtrack, it delivers one of the most ambitious single-player VR experiences available. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Castlevania Anniversary Collection is a compilation of classic 2D action platformers that trace the origins of Konami's legendary vampire hunting franchise, featuring 8 beloved games plus the previously untranslated Kid Dracula. You'll explore the gothic castles and haunted landscapes of each title, battle hordes of supernatural enemies, and master tight platforming and combat mechanics while uncovering the lore of the Belmont clan and their allies. The collection also includes a detailed ebook, History of Castlevania, Book of the Crescent Moon, offering insights from developers, artists, and historians, making it both a nostalgia trip and a deep dive into the series' enduring legacy. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 20 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $9.99, Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew is a stealth strategy game set in an alternate golden age of piracy, where you lead a cursed pirate crew against the soul-devouring forces of the Inquisition, while mastering supernatural powers, time manipulation, and clever tactical heists. Assemble a team of 8 uniquely gifted pirates, each with their own personality and abilities, to infiltrate fortresses, execute epic heists, and outsmart enemies with precision, all aboard your ghostly ship, the Red Marley. Explore handcrafted islands across the Lost Caribbean, complete individual crew missions, and experiment with multiple approaches to stealth, combat, and strategy to create your own legendary pirate adventure. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Axiom Verge 2 is a sci-fi action exploration adventure and sequel to the acclaimed indie hit, introducing new characters, abilities, and gameplay in a mysterious, high-tech world filled with secrets and hidden dangers. Play as billionaire Indra, who journeys to Antarctica searching for a missing daughter, only to be pulled into an alternate, machine-infested reality full of puzzles, hazards, and mysterious enemies that both aid and confound her. Explore a sprawling, interconnected world, hack machines, battle monstrous enemies, and use your remote drone to traverse the breach, a parallel dimension packed with puzzles, hazards, and powerful tools needed to survive and uncover the truth. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Unsighted is a fast-paced action-adventure Metroidvania where you play as Alma, an automaton racing against time to save friends from becoming mindless killing machines called the Unsighted, in a beautifully realized post-apocalyptic world before it's too late. You'll explore the sprawling city of Arcadia, uncover hidden shortcuts, customize weapons and loadouts, craft and upgrade abilities through chips, and make crucial choices that shape the story, NPC survival, and multiple endings. Its striking pixel art, fluid animations, dynamic soundtrack, and intricate world design create a tense, rewarding, and highly replayable experience, with co-op and challenge modes adding extra depth and lasting challenge. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Moonscars is a dark action platformer where you play as Grey Irma, a Clayborn warrior battling under grim moonlight to uncover the sculptor and the secrets of your existence in a hauntingly twisted, painterly 2D world filled with danger, betrayal, and relentless nightmarish adversaries. Master challenging combat, wield unique weapons, and harness witchery powers as you explore non-linear environments, face relentless enemies, and learn from every death in a cycle of trial and triumph. With intricate world building, a haunting narrative, and beautifully grim visuals, it delivers a tense, skill-driven experience for fans of dark fantasy and challenging Metroidvania gameplay. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Bramble the Mountain King is a dark, emotional adventure set in a haunting world inspired by Nordic folklore and tragic fairy tales. You play as Oli, a young boy on a perilous journey to rescue his sister from a terrifying troll, navigating eerie forests, murky swamps, and shimmering valleys that blur the line between dream and nightmare. Blending atmospheric exploration with tense platforming, puzzle solving, unsettling boss encounters, and cinematic storytelling, every encounter feels both beautiful and unnerving as you face enormous mythical beasts and smaller horrors hiding in the dark, all brought to life with haunting music and strikingly detailed visuals that heighten the tension. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Nobody Wants to Die is a noir-style narrative adventure set in New York, 2329, where immortality comes at a cost and the lines between right and wrong blur in a chilling dystopian future. Play as Detective James Cara, investigating a serial killer who targets the city's elite, using time manipulation augmentations and advanced technology to reconstruct events, uncover clues, and expose dark secrets in a society where death is a distant memory and morality is optional. Explore a dystopian world of transhumanism, moral decay, and intrigue, with photorealistic Unreal Engine 5 visuals, immersive storytelling, and a richly detailed futuristic city that reacts to your every choice. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Still Wakes the Deep is a tense first-person horror game from the Chinese Room, placing you aboard a 1970s North Sea oil rig as a worker struggling to survive a vicious storm in an unimaginable horror. Explore a beautifully realized, evolving rig with no weapons, relying on wits and determination to sneak, climb, swim, and avoid a relentless, terrifying presence in storm-battered, claustrophobic, constantly shifting environments. With world-class visuals, haunting audio, an award-winning soundtrack by Jason Graves, and a star-studded voice cast including Alec Newman and Neve McIntosh, the game delivers an immersive, gripping disaster story where every choice could be your last. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8.99, The Expanse, a Telltale series deluxe edition, delivers a complete, story-driven sci-fi adventure set in the gritty political universe of The Expanse, blending together all 5 episodes plus the bonus chapter, Archangel. You'll step into a branching narrative filled with tough choices, moral ambiguity, and character-driven drama, including a standout bonus episode starring Christiane Avasarala as she navigates ruthless politics, personal stakes, and looming planetary threats early in her career. With cinematic presentation, sharp writing, and meaningful decisions that shape relationships and outcomes, it's a focused narrative experience made for fans of choice-based storytelling. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $8.99, The Room VR: A Dark Matter is a spine-tingling puzzle adventure that fully immerses you in the mysterious disappearance of a renowned Egyptologist in 1908 London, with eerie Victorian atmosphere throughout, pulling you deeper into a world of secrets and intrigue. Explore cryptic locations, manipulate intricate gadgets, and uncover hidden secrets as you traverse an otherworldly dimension where reality and illusion collide, all crafted specifically for the unique capabilities of virtual reality. With atmospheric visuals, clever puzzles, tense moments, and an eerie, tactile world that responds to your every move, it delivers a captivating and unforgettable VR experience that challenges both your mind and senses. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Astalon: Tears of the Earth is a retro-inspired action platformer where 3 adventurers climb a twisted tower to save their village, bound by a pact with the Titan of Death that turns dying into part of progression. You'll switch between a fighter, rogue, and wizard to solve puzzles, battle tough enemies and bosses, uncover powerful artifacts, and unlock shortcuts across hundreds of interconnected rooms in a beautifully detailed 8-bit inspired world filled with secrets and clever level design throughout. With tight room-by-room combat, meaningful upgrades, risk-reward mechanics tied to death, and a strong chiptune soundtrack, it's a deep and rewarding old-school experience. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $6.99, GreedFall is an open-world RPG set on a mysterious, magic-infused island full of riches, secrets, and fantastic creatures, where your choices shape the fate of the land and its people. Befriend or betray companions and factions using diplomacy, deception, or force to shape a living, evolving world, completing quests through combat, stealth, or clever negotiation, while customizing your character's appearance, abilities, spells, and skills, and exploring ancient ruins, supernatural guardians, and hidden mysteries in a richly detailed world. With 4K resolution, improved visuals, fast loading, and 60 FPS performance mode, GreedFall delivers a deep, immersive RPG experience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Darksiders Genesis is a top-down action-adventure prequel that follows War and Strife as they hunt Lucifer and his minions, battling demons and unraveling a twisted conspiracy that threatens the delicate balance of creation. Swap between War's brutal melee attacks and Strife's agile ranged gunplay, tackle handcrafted levels solo or in seamless 2-player co-op, defeat powerful bosses, solve environmental puzzles, collect creature cores, and upgrade abilities to survive increasingly challenging encounters in Hell. With stylized visuals, satisfying combat, epic boss battles, lore-rich storytelling, and replayable co-op gameplay, Darksiders Genesis delivers an exhilarating demon-slaying adventure. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $9.99, 12 Minutes is a real-time, top-down interactive thriller where a romantic evening turns into a nightmare after a police detective bursts in, accuses your wife of murder, and kills you, only for you to wake up moments before it all happens again. Trapped in a relentless 12-minute time loop, you must use observation, deduction, and perfect timing to unravel the mystery, alter events, and carefully find a way to break the cycle once and for all. With its tense, cinematic atmosphere inspired by The Shining and Memento, clever environmental storytelling, and incredible performances from James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe, every decision feels vital and unnerving. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 6 hours to platinum. For $7.99, LEGO Harry Potter Collection brings together the remastered Years 1 through 4 and Years 5 through 7, letting players explore the magical world of Hogwarts in a fun, creative, and family-friendly way. Cast spells, brew potions, solve puzzles, attend lessons, duel rivals, and uncover hidden secrets across iconic locations from the Harry Potter universe. With charming LEGO humor, cooperative gameplay, and countless collectibles, every adventure offers endless exploration, magical mischief, whimsical fun, and imaginative challenges, allowing fans to relive beloved storylines, interact with hundreds of characters, unlock special abilities, and fully immerse themselves in a magical LEGO universe. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 45 hours to get both platinums. For $5.99, After Us is a touching, surrealistic platformer where you play as Gaia, the spirit of life, tasked with giving life on Earth a second chance after humanity's destructive impact. Navigate abstract, beautifully rendered environments, revive extinct animals by recovering their souls, and survive encounters with deadly, oil-covered devourers while exploring forests, cities, seabeds, and other devastated landscapes in need of restoration. With emotional storytelling, challenging traversal, meditative exploration, and a visually striking world filled with subtle environmental puzzles, After Us is a contemplative journey about sacrifice, hope, and the delicate balance between nature and humanity. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For For $5.99, Vampire the Masquerade Justice is a dark, stealth-focused narrative RPG set in the world of darkness, where you become a vampire prowling the shadowy streets of Venice to punish the guilty and uncover hidden conspiracies, dark secrets, and sinister plots. Use stealth, persuasion, and a growing arsenal of upgradable powers to sneak past enemies, drag them into oblivion, or unleash vampiric abilities like fangs, blood cauldrons, and shadow traps to exact brutal vengeance. Explore rooftops, complete side missions, solve environmental puzzles, level up your character, and manipulate NPCs to aid your quest in this atmospheric, open-ended vampire adventure. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $8.99, the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 Combo Pack lets you experience the complete classic Mega Man catalog, from the original 8-bit adventures in Mega Man 1 through 6 to the series evolution in Mega Man 7 through 10. Battle robot masters, tackle challenging stages, and test your skills in time trials and remix challenges, while enjoying a gallery of rare illustrations, music player features, and bonus content that celebrates the history of the Blue Bomber. With additional features like challenge modes, leaderboards, replayable boss fights, detailed sprite galleries, and developer insights, fans and newcomers alike can explore every corner of Mega Man's iconic world. It's a 77 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to 100% both collections, no platinum for either of them. For $5.99, What the Golf is a wildly inventive and absurd physics-based golf parody that turns every level into a fresh, unpredictable twist on the sport, sometimes brilliant, sometimes ridiculous, and always asking what the golf. Tee off with cats, couches, cars, TVs, dogs, flying houses, and even fax machines as you explore the chaotic golf lab, solve delightfully absurd puzzles, and tackle levels that constantly redefine what playing golf can mean. With new episodes such as Snow Time and A Whole New World, including bonus challenge levels and hidden secrets, the game keeps the humor and inventive gameplay flowing, offering endless surprises and challenges for players of all skill levels. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.91, We Were Here Forever is a cooperative puzzle adventure where you and a friend are trapped in the mysterious Castle Rock and must rely on communication, clever thinking, and teamwork to survive and escape. You'll explore dungeons, eerie graveyards, and dark waters while uncovering the history of Rockberry, the resistance against the king, and centuries-old secrets, all while solving intricate two-player puzzles via walkie-talkies that test trust, timing, and coordination under pressure. With tense, atmospheric environments, a spine-tingling story, and a thrilling Antarctic setting that constantly keeps you on edge, it delivers a memorable, intense, and challenging co-op experience. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5.79, NORCO is a southern gothic point-and-click adventure set in a surreal South Louisiana, where you search for your missing brother after your mother's death. Following a fugitive security android through refineries, strip malls, and flooded suburbs, the story unfolds into a haunting, deeply atmospheric mystery blending memory, technology, grief, and environmental decay, supported by striking cinematic pixel art and an eerie post-industrial soundtrack. You'll solve puzzles, avoid corporate security, and meet unforgettable, sharply written characters in an unsettling sci-fi world inspired by real places, regional history, and a strong sense of place and lived-in authenticity throughout. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.49, the Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 bundle delivers 2 intense, full HD survival horror experiences, fully remastered with all DLC included, offering maximum suspense and terrifying gameplay. Step aboard the Ghost ship in Revelations to uncover Jill Valentine's hidden secrets, or navigate Claire Redfield and Barry Burton's intertwined stories in Revelations 2, solving tense puzzles, surviving relentless enemies, and uncovering dark conspiracies. Both games feature the addictive raid mode for cooperative online action, alongside extra episodes, costumes, characters, and maps, providing fans countless hours of chilling gameplay, replayability, and heart-pounding scares. It's a 79 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 100 hours to get both platinums. For $9.99, Untitled Goose Game is a hilariously chaotic slapstick stealth sandbox where you play as a mischievous goose wreaking havoc across a sleepy village, stealing hats, honking loudly, and ruining everyone's day. You'll explore back gardens, shops, and the village green while setting up clever pranks, evading frustrated villagers, and discovering new ways to cause chaos with your honk, and the game now includes a cooperative mode letting you and a friend play as 2 horrible geese, doubling the pranks, mischief, and laughter across every corner of the town. With charming visuals, inventive level design, and absurd humor at every turn, this is a delightfully unique, hilarious, and unforgettable experience. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $6.49, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is a disturbing point-and-click adventure where 5 tortured survivors are imprisoned by the insane supercomputer AM and forced to confront their deepest fears. You'll assume each character's role across unique environments, unraveling traumatic pasts through psychological puzzles, morally charged decisions, and unsettling scenarios rooted in power, guilt, paranoia, and despair, all directly adapted from Harlan Ellison's legendary short story. Featuring full digitized voice acting with Ellison himself voicing AM, the game delivers an unforgettable, deeply unsettling narrative experience that prioritizes story, atmosphere, and emotional weight over traditional adventure comfort. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Watch Dogs 2 Gold Edition is an open-world action adventure where you play as Marcus Holloway, a young hacker taking on an invasive surveillance system across a vibrant, stylized San Francisco Bay Area full of personality. You'll team up with DedSec to pull off elaborate hacks, use drones and RC gadgets, and combine parkour, stealth, and creative tech tricks to infiltrate enemy zones, disrupt networks, and expose the corruption behind CTOS 2.0. With its lively tone, flexible mission design, energetic open world, and a generous suite of extra content from the Deluxe Pack and Season Pass, it offers a dense, gadget-driven sandbox full of clever systems and rewarding player freedom. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Darksiders War Mastered Edition is an action-adventure epic where you play as War, the first horseman of the apocalypse, falsely accused of triggering the end of the world and sent back to a ruined Earth to uncover the truth behind Heaven and Hell's betrayal. Blending Zelda-style dungeons with God of War-inspired combat, you'll wield devastating weapons, solve environmental puzzles, unlock powerful abilities, ride your spectral steed, and forge uneasy alliances with demons while battling angels across a bold, comic book-styled post-apocalyptic world. The War Mastered release enhances the experience with native 1080p resolution, improved textures and lighting, refined effects, and a smooth 60 FPS performance. It's an 83 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Tales of Arise is a visually stunning JRPG where 2 heroes from different worlds unite to free Dana from 300 years of oppression under Rina's rule, reclaim their destiny, and ignite hope across the entire land. You'll explore vibrant landscapes, uncover hidden secrets, and engage in an intuitive, fast-paced combat system that rewards skill, strategy, and synergy between party members, all while forming bonds with a diverse and memorable cast of characters. With its epic story, breathtaking environments, deep customization options, and emotionally charged moments, the game delivers a first-class, unforgettable JRPG adventure that keeps players invested from beginning to end. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $6.38, Life is Strange 2 is an episodic narrative adventure where you follow brothers Sean and Daniel Diaz as they flee home after a tragic incident, navigating danger, police pursuit, and Daniel's emerging telekinetic powers while facing moral dilemmas and difficult decisions at every turn along the way. You'll make crucial choices that shape their journey, protect your younger brother, and influence the lives of everyone you meet on the road to Mexico, testing bonds of trust, morality, and family in unpredictable, emotionally charged situations. With every episode, branching choices, and powerful, heart-wrenching emotional moments, it offers a moving journey that lingers long after the credits roll. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Monster Hunter World is an action-packed RPG where you step into the shoes of a hunter tasked with slaying ferocious monsters in a living, breathing ecosystem, using the terrain, environmental traps, and other creatures strategically to gain the upper hand. Hunt solo or team up with up to 3 friends in seamless co-op, crafting powerful weapons, armor, and specialized gear from your fallen prey to take on even larger, more dangerous monsters across diverse, beautifully realized biomes. With its deep progression systems, dynamic combat, layered strategy, and expansive environments, the game offers hundreds of hours of thrilling hunts, epic encounters, and continual challenges. It's a 90 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 300 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Okami HD is a beautifully remastered action-adventure that transforms the world into a living Sumie ink painting, letting you play as Amaterasu, the Japanese sun goddess in the form of a legendary white wolf. Journey across the ruined lands of Nippon, battling the 8-headed demon Orochi, restoring life and color to the world, and using the celestial brush to manipulate the environment, solve intricate puzzles, and unleash divine attacks in a uniquely artistic, visually stunning, and deeply engaging way. With both modern widescreen and original 4x3 display options, plus interactive loading screens from the original release, it's a timeless visual and gameplay masterpiece. It's a 92 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Monster Hunter Rise is an action RPG where you defend Komura Village, battling colossal beasts across vast maps with weapons and tools inspired by Japanese folklore. Choose from 14 weapon types like the Great Sword, Dual Blades, or Bow Guns, crafting stronger gear from each hunt while using the Wire Bug to zip through environments and unleash silk-based attacks, with Palamute and Palico companions aiding in combat and Wyvern riding turning monsters into devastating allies for thrilling, fast-paced encounters. Solo or in 4-player co-op face the Rampage, sieges where waves of monsters assault the village, blending action, strategy, and teamwork for endlessly satisfying hunts. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 250 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Watch Dogs Legion is an open-world action-adventure where you build a resistance to reclaim a near-future London on the brink of collapse, fighting a powerful surveillance state while shaping the city's future. Recruit and play as virtually anyone in the city, each with unique skills, personalities, and backstories, using their abilities to hack drones, deploy spider bots, and take down enemies with an augmented reality cloak, combining stealth, combat, and high-tech tactics. Explore a sprawling, detailed London filled with iconic landmarks, dynamic side activities, emergent gameplay, and a living, reactive world that rewards creativity, strategy, and experimentation at every turn. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Wolfenstein the 2-pack delivers 2 critically acclaimed first-person shooters, The New Order and The Old Blood, combining cinematic storytelling with fast-paced, immersive FPS combat powered by id Software's id Tech 5 engine and stunningly detailed environments. In The New Order, set in 1960, war hero B.J. Blazkowicz leads a desperate counteroffensive against a world dominated by the Nazis, facing monstrous enemies, high-stakes battles, and challenging strategic encounters. The Old Blood, set in 1946, follows B.J. on an epic 2-part mission deep in Bavaria to turn the tide of the war, featuring intense firefights, stealth sequences, and richly crafted atmospheric environments. It's an 80 average on OpenCritic, average trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 35 hours to get both platinums. For $7.49, Nobody Saves the World is a quirky and inventive action RPG where you, as Nobody, must stop an ancient calamity by mastering transformation, creative combat, clever problem-solving, strategic thinking, and imaginative experimentation. Shift between over 15 unique forms, like Slug, Ghost, or Dragon, each with distinct mechanics, and combine more than 80 abilities to craft powerful, unexpected builds as you tackle procedurally generated dungeons, unconventional quests, and hidden side challenges. Explore a colorful overworld solo or with a friend online, solve puzzles and combat challenges in inventive ways, and test your skills in New Game Plus against tougher enemies and remixed dungeons. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $8.99, BATSUGUN Saturn Tribute Boosted is a fast-paced bullet hell shoot-'em-up where you level up by defeating waves of enemies, commanding 6 unique pilots, and experiencing dynamic storylines with changing dialogues and endings. Wipe out enemy tanks, fighter planes, and bipedal robots on land, sea, and air with an aggressive barrage of shots and bombs, all while chasing high scores, discovering hidden bonuses, and competing in enhanced online rankings. This Tribute Edition includes original and balanced special modes, rewind and training assists, customizable HUD and screen options, newly arranged music by top composers, and all the classic arcade chaos that made BATSUGUN a genre-defining pioneer. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.